Hey guys, it's Jeff, and today we are talking about iOS 12.2 Beta 3, more specifically an update video of how our experience has been going on the third beta here. Now, we did see the third beta of iOS 12.2 come earlier this week, more specifically on Tuesday, February 19th, and since then we have been experiencing quite a bit on this beta, so let's just jump right into it. Now, just a quick recap on what changes were made in Beta 3, and we did see a new Apple TV remote in the control center. To me personally, it looks a lot better, and I'm so happy to see Apple kind of redesigning things before iOS 13 to just make iOS 12 look a little bit better. Now, the next thing that we saw was in the Settings app, and more specifically the About screen, where you now have a redesigned About screen. So now when you go to the iOS version, you can go ahead and tap on it to find your build number, and same thing goes for the iPhone model that you guys have, or it may be an iPad as well. Now, another change that was made is the Apple logo was added to the top of the Apple News app. So it now says Apple logo and then News to indicate Apple News. Now, there actually were a ton of other changes made, but one specifically that I'd like to point out to you guys because it seemed to be a major concern was the lock screen, and more specifically where you were supposed to see the date. Now, in Beta 2, the date was kind of covered or actually replaced by a battery charge level. So whenever you charge your device, it shows battery charging and then the percentage, and that was just permanently there where the date was supposed to be. So in Beta 3, I can confirm that that was fixed, and that is a huge relief because I was always looking for the date really quickly and it just wasn't there in Beta 2. Okay, so let's move on to kind of like the pros and cons with iOS 12.2 Beta 3, and the one pro that I've been experiencing is better performance. We did see about a 3,000 point increase on the GPU score for our Geekbench benchmark, and that did translate into a faster, more smooth experience running iOS 12.2 Beta 3. But unfortunately, that leads into the cons. Now, the first con that kind of relates to that performance or that increase in performance is unfortunately poor battery life. Yes, I have been experiencing poor battery life. Battery life has not been great on any of the betas in the past couple of weeks, but especially this one, I'm experiencing about a 10% loss just using the phone for about like 10-15 minutes, and that is just not okay. So battery life definitely needs to be focused on as we move into Beta 4, but of course this is a beta, so I can't really harp on the battery life too much. It's just for all of you guys running the beta, this is going to be an issue, and for those wanting to upgrade to the betas, this is currently an issue running Beta 3. Now, another issue that I've been experiencing is with the dual SIM technology. Unfortunately, I have been having issues even in previous betas. Now, I know a lot of you don't exactly run a dual SIM with your iPhone XS, XS Max, or iPhone XR, but I personally do, and it has been causing a lot of issues. So my second data plan is with GigSky, and unfortunately, that data plan hasn't been working very well. I don't think it's an issue with GigSky because I've researched this on the internet and a lot of other people are experiencing the same issue. Basically, the second data plan or the second line on your phone will just kind of cut out at random and not work any longer. Now, unfortunately, my experience hasn't been the best with dual SIM since I've installed it onto my device, but especially now, the second line kind of just cuts out completely and I'm not able to access that line whatsoever. I have to actually do a full restart of my device to get it working again. So I think that is a point that needs to be worked on moving on into Beta 4. Now, we have to talk about this one. This is a major issue that personally has affected me and a lot of people out there. Apple is no longer supporting a lot of the even Apple certified charging cables out there in Beta 3. I personally have been experiencing a lot of issues running my Anchor cable for the iPhone, and unfortunately, it just hasn't been charging my device. It's kind of intermittent or it doesn't charge at all. So a lot of people have been plugging in their devices and then waking up in the morning, and unfortunately the battery is just dead simply because the charging cable is not supported, and you will see this accessory is not supported when that happens. But Apple definitely needs to kind of support a lot of the cables that are Apple certified, because Anchor is one of the brands that always gets their devices or their products Apple certified, and I would just like to use those instead of using kind of like a smaller, shorter Apple cable that comes with my iPhone. Now, one of the last issues that I have to mention is the Bluetooth issue seems to be back. And this has to do with the chip that is installed in Beats headphones that communicates with an iPhone. So unfortunately, when I go ahead and try to connect these with my iPhone, it doesn't always connect. Sometimes it doesn't, the iPhone doesn't recognize the headphones, and sometimes it just disconnects. There's just a lot of issues going on with Bluetooth, and it seems to be with devices with that special chip that communicates with Apple to Apple devices. So that has to do with the Beats and as well AirPods as well. So a lot of people with AirPods have been experiencing when they turn on their AirPods, when they put them into their ears, they're not exactly connecting to the iPhone. So unfortunately, that is an issue right now. And if you run AirPods or any other Beats devices with that chip, you might have some issues. So I just want to let you guys know that that might be an issue within the betas currently. So guys, that was our review of iOS 12.2 Beta 3. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up down below, and also comment what your experience has been. And as well, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and comment those as well. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. If you want to stay up to date on any more news in the future, make sure to get subscribed and also hit the bell button to get updates on when our content is released. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.